I would like to call to order the special city council meeting. The time is now 4:02 p.m. City Clerk Duarte, will you please take roll?
Councilmember Frometa.
Present.
Councilmember Trujillo is excused. Mayor Pro Tem Alvarez.
Present.
And Mayor Pacheco.
Present. Before we begin the public comment period, I would like to remind members of the public that the city's meeting rules contained in the Downey Municipal Code prohibit any conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. Copies of the meeting rules are located in the back of the chambers. City Clerk Duarte, have we received any written correspondence on the special meeting agenda to be read into the record?
We did not, Mayor.
Members of the public wishing to address the City Council regarding agenda items only may now come forward and form a line. Each speaker will have 4 minutes to address the City Council on items listed on the special meeting agenda. Hello, good afternoon.
I see the city is going to transfer our services from CalMet to Athens. You have to do what you have to do sometimes. I just hope that we can start doing business with a company that understands the importance of our environment, the environmental challenges that we face, and not just from a monetary standpoint of view of making money, picking up the trash. I hope we have a company that's coming in and going to assume CalMet that understands and advocates for the only energy source that will help solve our environmental challenges, that will help purify our water and air, and keep our cities and homes safe and sanitary. It's not wind and solar that does this. It's the one energy source that is available to us right now that is cheap or inexpensive, however you want to word that is plentiful and is reliable. You know it as fossil fuels. We need an ardent supporter for fossil fuels, not the economic suicide of Green New Deal or green energy. Okay? And fossil fuels are oil, natural gas, and coal. And the main concern is that we maintain our quality of life and keep our neighborhoods clean. Also, there's a bigger picture. We can go to the border if you want, where 6 million pounds of trash are dumped every year by illegal aliens illegally crossing our borders. So we need to be serious about our environment and our cities and our homes. And the only energy source that can do that is fossil fuels. Thank you.
Thank you. We're just going to take a quick recess. We will now resume the council meeting. There is one item on the agenda this afternoon. Assignment of CalMet Services, Inc.'s Integrated Waste Management Service Franchise Agreement to Athens Services. 1, adopt resolution, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey consenting to the assignment of integrated waste management services franchise agreement between the City of Downey and CalMet Services, Inc. to Athens Services. And number 2, authorize the mayor to execute assignment and assumption agreement for integrated waste management services among CalMet Services, Inc. and Aracaline Enterprises, Inc., DBA Athens Services. City Manager Rivas, do we have a staff report?
Madam Mayor, we do have a staff report that will be read by Carol Rowland. Just to briefly give you sort of a background, in this particular case, CalMet is looking to assign their contract to Athens, and they're allowed to do that under the current contract. We've engaged a third party to review any financials just to make sure that Athens has a wherewithal to do that, and certainly they do. They're a well-known company. So Carol will go ahead and give you a brief presentation on that.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor, Pro Tem Mayor, and Councilman Fermenta, and city staff. The City of Downey entered into agreement with CalMet Services for exclusive residential and commercial solid waste collection and recycling services. The agreement became effective on April 1st, 2016, and will expire on March 31st, 2026. In November 2021, Aracaline Enterprises Incorporated, doing business as Athens Services, acquired CalMet. Athens is a fourth-generation, family-owned solid waste collection and recycling company based in Los Angeles County. Athens is one of the largest solid waste collection, recycling, and environmental services firms in Southern California. In December 2021, Athens requested the city's consent to the assignment of CalMet's franchise agreement to Athens. In reviewing the request, the city engaged R3 Consulting Group to conduct an operations and financial analysis of Athens. R3 evaluated the financial strength of Athens based on its liquidity, solvency, profitability, and operating efficiency. All of the above metrics were in line with the operations of 3 of the largest solid waste management companies in the United States. In terms of operations, Athens owns over 400 collection, hauling, and container vehicles, serves 28 municipalities in the Los Angeles area, maintains 6 operation service facilities, operates 2 materials recovery facilities with a new facility coming, operates 1 composting facility. Finally, Athens has demonstrated familiarity with Senate Bill 1383 regulations and the solid waste recycling and organics industry, which will assist the city in its compliant efforts with SB 1383 requirements. Based on R3's analysis and recommendation, staff is recommending that Council adopt a resolution consenting the assignment of CalMet's agreement to Athens and authorize the mayor to execute the assignment and assumption agreement among CalMet and Athens. That concludes my report. Representatives from R3, CalMet, and Athens are available to answer any questions that the council may have at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Do any of my council colleagues have any questions or comments?
I do, Madam Mayor. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. In reviewing the report, I'm looking at page 17, the final report. And again, thank you, Carol, for your report. It appears Athens, in comparison to the other companies, seems to be a better suited for us. I just have a question, and I know this letter, the objectives were to conduct a high-level review of the financial strength of Athens, including the impact of the assignment of Athens' finances, and 2, the review Athens' operations and organizational structure. Now, right here it indicates the limitations. The review was limited by an extremely short schedule and limited access to Athens' financial statements. What type of schedule did we have to review? And right here it indicates, had we had more time, or complete access to the audited financial statements, we may have had additional findings or questions. And so I think I have to ask, how much time was there to conduct this assessment? Was it thorough enough? And in this last statement, it indicates if they had more time, they perhaps would have had additional findings or questions. So that just leads me to ask those questions. What time frame did we have? And what additional findings could we have come across?
Madam Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
I think we have representatives from R3 here. So one of the things I think that we can have them come up, but first of all, I know that we all know Athens is a large corporation, a large company. They have the wherewithal to engage in this particular contract. And so I want to bring them forward. I know that there was a closing date we were trying to achieve and make sure that we met that deadline in order for this transaction to go forward. But I also want to make sure that your questions are answered, so I'd like to go ahead and bring up Representative.
R3 is actually
Online? On the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they participating via Zoom?
I think they're.
Yes.
Mr. Hannon, can you hear us?
Hi, are you? This is William Schoen with R3. Are you talking to me?
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. I just wanted to ask you, in your report, in your assessment of Athens, the letter that was that you sent to Mr. Kansunji, you indicated if you had more time or complete access to the audited financial statements, you may have had additional findings or questions. How much time did you have to review the overall?
Yes, I mean, can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Maybe he can't hear us.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we had less than a week to conduct the review, and obviously if we had more time, we could have done a more detailed and thorough analysis. However, what we did, we know Athens as well. We've dealt with them on other projects in the past. We agree with everything that's been said. They're a well-respected company. What we found overall was that they have both the financial strength and the operational experience to comply with the agreement should the assignment be approved. We can always do more analysis. If we had more time, we could have done more analysis, but I don't see that it would have changed our findings at all. So again, Athens has the experiences and has shown they're capable of doing what's necessary to meet the terms and conditions of the agreement. And looking specifically at their financial ratios and comparing them to others in the industry, they certainly have the financial strength as well. So I think we're comfortable with our findings, even though we did have a fairly quick turnaround time. Again, more time would have allowed us to dig into more detail, but again, we don't see that it would have changed our overall findings.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Mayor, I may also point out that the transfer of this contract doesn't in any way change the terms of the agreement that we have with our waste haulers, so that if there's any performance issues that are not up to par, they're in the agreement. We have remedies for those particular issues as well.
Thank you, City Manager. And I think my other comment in this is also on page 22, the last page of the findings, and it was mentioned by Carol, is SB 1383. And again, I think that is one of the most pressing issues that we have in terms of organics recycling. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to me, this is reassuring that we are going to move forward with that and make sure that we comply per the law. I don't have any other questions, Madam Mayor.
And I know CalMed is also was being used in other cities, correct? In our neighboring cities?
That is correct.
And the other cities have already did their assignment. Are we one of the last cities to do an assignment to Athens? Or are there any other pending cities?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay. I will now entertain a motion in a second to adopt the
So
resolution.
moved.
Okay. Can we take, well, actually, can we vote?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's the motion to adopt the resolution.
Yes.
The motion is approved with Councilmember Trujillo absent.
Thank you. I will now entertain a motion in a second to authorize the mayor to execute the assignment and assumption agreement.
So moved.
Second. Okay, please vote.
The motion is approved with Councilmember Trujillo absent.
Perfect. City Manager Rivas, do you have any comments?
No, I do not, Madam Mayor.
Fantastic. This is a record here. The meeting will now be adjourned. The time is 4:13 p.m. Thank you all and have a good evening.